Hello and welcome to Your Government in Action, a presentation of Bahamas Information Services. I'm Carissa Williamson. The Royal Bahamas Police Force officially welcomed its newest officers during a passing out ceremony for Squads A and F class of 2025. The ceremony took place at the Royal Bahamas Police Training College on November 7, 2025, under the theme, A New Generation Serving with Renewed Dedication.
Standing here today, this afternoon, and looking at all of you, in particular, our graduates, a sea of proud faces filled with determination and hope, I feel something very, very powerful looking at these faces. I see the future of our country. I see young Bahamians who have chosen not a job, but a purpose. You could have taken many different paths. Some of you could have gone off to school, some into trades, and some into business. But you chose to serve. You chose to protect your people, to put on a uniform that says, I'm here for you. That choice means something. It says you are willing to stand between danger and safety, between fear and peace. And in doing so, you have earned not only my respect, but the respect of the entire nation. I know that behind each of you there's a story. Maybe you grew up watching your mother work hard and working 2 jobs. Maybe you had a teacher who saw something special in you. Maybe someone told you that you would not make it, and this moment is your answer. Whatever your story, hold it close. It is part of what makes you strong. When I was a boy growing up on Cat Island, I never imagined I would one day be Prime Minister. Life was simple, sometimes hard, but we had each other. We learned early that no one gets through life alone. We depended on one another. If someone's roof blew off, the whole community showed up with hammers and nails. That is what it means and what it meant to serve. And that same spirit, that willingness to show up for each other, is what I want you to carry with you in this force. Service is not about the badge you wear, it is about the people you serve. The mother who calls because her child is missing. The young man you stop who might be going down the wrong path. The elder who is scared to walk home at night. They're not just members of the public, they are your people, our people. Your job is to protect them, yes, but also to see them, to listen to them, and to care for them. When you put on this uniform, you're taking on one of the most powerful responsibilities in our country, the authority to uphold the law, the authority to act in moments when everything is on the line. And because of that power, you will be held to the highest standard. That is not just a slogan, it is a promise to the people. We will support you, we will train you, we will equip you, and stand by you. But we will also expect integrity, fairness, and discipline as your commissioner has admonished. Because this uniform is sacred, it stands for justice, not judgment, for service, not ego. Every time you walk into a neighborhood, remember that you represent more than yourself. You represent this entire nation. When people see you, they see their country, they see hope. So how you carry yourself matters. How you speak to people matters. How you see your authority matters. You can turn a tense moment into peace or peace into tension, depending on how you lead. Now, I know this job is not easy. There'll be nights when you are tired, days when you're frustrated, times when you'll be misunderstood or even criticized. But let me tell you this, if you lead with honesty, if you serve with compassion, and if you stay true to your oath, you'll always have my respect and you'll always have your country behind you. This force has a proud history, one built by men and women who served with courage and conviction. Some of them gave their lives for this uniform. When you walk through those halls, when you patrol these streets, please remember them. Remember that you are part of something bigger, a tradition of service that stretches back generations. You are the next chapter of that story. And for all of you, this is more than a career. It is a calling. It is not for the faint of heart. It is for those who understand that protecting people means sometimes putting others before yourself. That justice must be served even when it's hard. That integrity is not optional, it is everything. Let me talk to you for a moment about leadership. Leadership is not about barking orders or flashing authority. It is about how you treat people when no one is watching. It is about earning respect, not demanding it. And the truth is, every one of you, no matter your rank, is a leader. Because the way you carry yourself, the way you respond to pressure, the way you show up every day, it sets the tone for those around you. This force, like our nation, is going through change. We are modernizing, reforming, and strengthening the systems that keep us safe. But at the heart of it all is you, our officers. You are the human connection between government and community. You are the bridge between the law and trust. And I want you to never forget how powerful that role is. So to the families in the audience, I want to thank you. You have been the backbone through this entire journey for these graduates. You have encouraged, sacrificed, and worried. And today, you finally exhale. Your sons and daughters, your husbands and wives, your brothers and sisters, they made it. This moment is yours too. And to the instructors, senior officers, and mentors who have guided these recruits, thank you for pouring into them not just skills, but values.
As I observe your faces, I note the pride, eagerness, and potential. I also see before me the future leaders of our nation's safety and security sector. Today is not only for celebrating the completion of this phase of your journey, but we use this opportunity to officially welcome you as the newest guardians of our peace. Each graduating class chooses a theme to define their journey and place in the fabric of safety and security. Your theme, A New Generation Serving with Renewed Dedication, is both timely and inspiring. It is your declaration to those who came before you and giving them notice that you represent the future of the organization. I'm told that it does not rain on police officers. But let me say this, in the interest of brevity, you carry the numbers of officers who have gone before you. I would challenge you to do some research and find out who bore those numbers before you. You may find it may have been a commissioner of police, an assistant commissioner of police, a chief superintendent. Your theme says that you're going to carry that number further than they did. So I invite you to embrace that challenge. To all of the rest of us here, accountability is at the forefront today. No one can be in doubt that you will live your life in the public light. Know that the Commissioner of Police, the Deputy Commissioner of Police, the senior executive leadership team takes accountability seriously. To family and friends, while we are proud today, the persons most likely that these recruits will most likely succumb to are their family, their friends, people they know. Let us support them in their journey. Let us support them by supporting all that is good and putting no stumbling blocks in their way. A&F Squad of 2025. You beat out a number of persons to be recruited. You stayed the course to pass out. Congratulations. May God continue to bless you, the Royal Bahamas Police Force, and the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
And now it's time to take a look up north with our Northern Service. Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Boleg, officially presented seed funding to Junkanoo groups in Grand Bahama at Pelican Bay on September 24, 2025, after the government announced an increase in funding to further support the New Year's Day parade.
No, but I am just happy and elated to be here as we launched the 26th Junkanoo season here in Grand Bahama. Again, for another festival and not just a Junkanoo parade, which brings an economic boost here on the island for Junkanooers, for vendors, and for all Grand Bahamians alike. And that is the reason why we want to move towards the direction of turning our Junkanoo parades into festivals, because we believed it encompasses all of our cultural practitioners, and that's the way we think we should go. And I want the Junkanoo groups here in Grand Bahama to know I appreciate you. I understand your hard work, and even though I have increased your grant this year, I don't want you to think I've closed my eyes on you. I still believe that you are moving in the direction and continuing to develop. And I believe in order for us to continue to develop and grow Junkanoo, we must continue to even invest more. And for the first time, I could say in any administration, every island, every key had increase in Junkanoo seed funding. And so Grand Bahama, I keep watching you, and I believe you deserve more. I don't want nobody to say it other than me. You don't need to tell me that. I know you deserve more. And as the months go by and days go by, just keep your fingers crossed. Anything is liable to happen, all right? But I am so happy that we can now deliver you with your little small gift that will help you get on the Pine Yard Rush, and so that Grand Bahamians and all Bahamians alike could appreciate you come January 10th. So thank you, and it's now time to give the good gifts. Lachey? Yeah. But before I do that, I must thank Lachey and her team and Norris Bain. As they have done all the work. Butler, they make my life easy. All I do is come and show up bearing gifts because all the hard work is done. And the relationship is much, much better now than it was before with the Junkanoo groups. So thank you, Lachey. Thank you, Norris Bain. Thank you, Sean, from the NJC here to make sure Junkanoo remains alive on Grand Bahama.
And that's what's happening up north. I'm Carissa Williamson. More of Your Government in Action when we return. Welcome back. The Ministry of Works and Family Island Affairs formally introduced the first board of directors of Baja Mix Limited at the company's headquarters on November 11, 2025. The move marks a key step in the ongoing modernization and strengthening of the government's roadworks operations.
It's a privilege to be here today as we mark an important new chapter for Baja Mix Limited, one that represents progress, modernization, and strengthening of how we build and maintain infrastructure in the Bahamas. Baja Mix has long been a vital part of the government's road maintenance system. Mr. Remy could attest to that. Providing the asphalt that keeps our roads connected and our communities moving. However, for many years, the company operated under a structure that is limited, or that was limited in its ability to perform efficiently and in a sustainable manner. Today, with Baja Mix officially incorporated and a fully functioning board of directors in place, we are ushering in a new era, one that will make way, the way we pave, and patch roads across this country more seamless, transparent, and accountable. Prior to now, the Ministry of Works engaged pothole patching contractors through the ministry, which will now be turned over to Bahamix, which will be transitioned to streamline the way we maintain our roads in New Providence. This new structure gives Bahamix the autonomy it needs to operate effectively while maintaining oversight and alignment with the Ministry of Works and Family Island Affairs. With this new board in place, Bahamix can function with greater flexibility, delivering projects on time, within budget, and to the high standards that the Bahamian people expect. The board members here today, your role is extremely critical. You will make key policy and financial decisions. You will modernize Bahamix, digitize Bahamix, and ensure that it remains solvent, efficient, and forward-thinking. So as we look ahead, we are investing in the future of Bahamix. And this isn't just about asphalt or machinery. It's about creating a system that works, one that reduces all the red tape, improves delivery, and gives Bahamians value for money in every mile of road we lay. So to the new board members, I extend my congratulations and gratitude. Your leadership, experience, and commitment will shape the success of Bahamix as we move into this new phase. Together, we will strengthen our nation's infrastructure, island by island, road by road, ensuring that the Ministry of Works and Family Island Affairs remains results-driven and service to all Bahamians. Thank you and congratulations again on this important occasion. I will say that this year, Mr. Ramin can attest to this, we have paved much more than we have done in the past. I can also say that we have ramped up pothole patching, and we have roughly 7 contractors with the ministry as well. And we anticipate that for the most part, at this given time, they're utilizing 30 to 35 tons of asphalt a day with pothole patching, which is a large amount. But when you have the amount of rain that we've had in the past few months, that has caused a lot of potholes throughout New Providence. But the idea of what we're here today, and I'm really excited about this juncture in Bahamix, is because how Bahamix worked over the past decades was that they would operate like a company. So they would pave, they would invoice the Ministry of Works, and then they would then in time get paid by the ministry, which over time sometimes they was owed a lot of money, which financially strained them on the way they operated. So with what we're doing now and Incorporated, they will be subsidized by the government, so they will have cash flow on top of the asphalt that they sell to private contractors as well, which would streamline the process. We all know that when you incorporate a body, the decisions are made at the board level without the red tape of ministry, which oftentimes causes a lack of attention in some areas. But what this would do is streamline. The board would be responsible for ensuring that the necessary components was needed for Bahamix to modernize and to expand. And you know, the GM has been toting Bahamix on his back with a good team here, and he gets a lot of pressure from the Bahamian public. But he's taken it and done an extremely well job. But now he has a full team who has different backgrounds so this team was selected by cabinet to ensure that different avenues was there. We have persons who have experience in finance and the legal in former Ministry of Works employees. So we have a good team here that would help to streamline the way we take care of our roads and pave in New Providence.
Remembrance Day, observed on the second Sunday in November in the Bahamas, honors those who served and sacrificed in war. The red poppy is worn as a symbol of remembrance, paying tribute to the courage and sacrifice. But the work of the British Legion Bahamas branch extends far beyond Remembrance Day. Your Government in Action spoke with Chairman of the British Legion Bahamas branch, Adina Monroe-Charlo, and she shared how the organization continues to support veterans and their families all year round.
The Bahamas became involved and became an organized branch after World War II in 1945. So our branch is 80 years old. And the significance of our branch is to ensure that registered World War II veterans and widows receive their war pensions from, at that time it was Queen Elizabeth II, currently King Charles III. And they get a stipend every month to ensure that they are remembered for the service they rendered 80 years ago. And so that's why the British Legion Bahamas branch still exists. As long as they are alive, they are being taken care of by the Crown. And that's what my job is, to ensure that they get that money. Now, the funds raised from the local sales of poppies, those funds go for the purchase of the groceries. Everyone knows that groceries are very expensive now. So my budget per month used to be $550 and now has increased to $650. And so the funds, we budgeted throughout the 12-month period. And so the Bahamas is taking care of them with the groceries, and the King is taking care of them with the pension. So it is very important for you to buy a poppy, because when you buy that poppy, that's going to feed my people. And I haven't heard anybody complaining about the grocery items or the grocery bags. And so not only they are eating, everyone in the house is eating. So we really are feeding a generation. We are proud to do that. Our widows in Nassau receive, the widows in Family Islands receive a little more than Nassau because they have to buy their groceries on the Family Islands. And you know, groceries there is triple. So a can of cream might be at 59 cents in Nassau, but in Family Island, that same could be $1.59. So we have to take all of that into consideration. And our budget of $8,400 every 3 weeks is our budget that we have been making through the grace of God. And so when we think of this work, it's a very serious one, and it is to be taken seriously because the accountability is very important. We are accountable not only to our local government, who also gives us a stipend for the care, and then we have our international organization that gives a grant. So we are accountable financially to our local government, to our local public, and to our regional in Canada and international in London. That's a lot of accountability. So you have to take it seriously. So when I visited the King, he was able to tell me the work that I was doing because of our reporting to London, British Legion. They were able to give their recommendation to the King and told him what I was doing in Nassau with our World War II veterans and widows. So it shows that your integrity is very important when you are running such a charitable organization as this.
The Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources is making a bold move to boost local food production, showcasing the ongoing initiatives in a press tour held on February 27, 2025. From the growing flock of the Golden Yoke program and the launch of the National Swine Breeding Program, according to officials, these initiatives are aimed at strengthening farming and cutting the import food bill by 25% by the year's end.
which is a part of the National Layer Rollout Plan program, where we have sourced just over 1,000 chickens. We would distribute those between 10 farmers. Mr. Stewart being a premier farmer in the country at D&T Nursery, he was, as you can see, our first choice as a part of this program. The idea would be that through partnership with the ministry, we would be able to purchase eggs from Mr. Stewart to be resold to the general public at a very, very reasonable price, much lower than the $6 and $7 and $13 and $21 we see in the food store. So we want to say a heartfelt thank you to Mr. Stewart and his team for partnering with us to make the lives of the Bahamian people even better and more affordable.
With expanding on the chicken production of the eggs, because we had about 2,000 chickens that we were producing eggs, and the minister came over and spoke with me on seeing if we can up the volume, because we produce about maybe 70 dozen a day right now, but we take them out about 11 a.m. in the morning, and by noon all the eggs are gone. And so we really sell just to the public, not wholesale. And the demand is so high that we have, folks coming in want to actually pay for them. So we have to do it on a first come, first sale basis. And we realized the demand, for the local public is so high that we decided to join with them and seeing if we can up the production to be able to supply more higher demand. And so they've been working with us on that. We just had a container fee come in yesterday. And so we just had also some chickens from the Ministry of Agriculture. So maybe in about the next month or two, we should be able to up our production and maybe about 120 dozen eggs per day.
This breed of chicken is known as the Tetra Broad. It's a family of the Rhode Island red chicken. It produces actually a broad, large egg. These type of chickens actually lay about 250 eggs per year. So it's known to be a very prolific breed of chickens. They're very docile, resist, and hardy. When I say hardy, they're resistant to diseases. Like right now we have the great epidemic in the United States with the bird flu. So these type of chickens, as you can see on the free range, they thrive very excellent. Okay, so you also notice that the brown in color, brown eggs versus white eggs. Okay, now this actually here on the ear on the comb determines the color of the eggs. So you may have some brown chicken, but if they have that white, the genetics will show white eggs. Okay, so you have different type of breeds, but this chicken actually is known to be really hardy, resistant to bacteria and all pathogens. So it's free range, it picks up flaxseed. So his eggs is actually excellent. So you get eggs fresh today. All right. Today, like you said, eggs are there 10, by 11 they're gone. Okay. So the eggs are actually extra large, have it in a dozen plate, and they lay prolific for about 2 years.
I'm Carissa Williamson, and this has been Your Government in Action, a proud presentation of Bahamas Information Services. Join us on Wednesday evenings, where we bring you highlights, coverage, and information as we continue to do what we do best, linking people and government.